All right, and we are back for the July edition of Cruising with the Mayor, but we are in a truck because it's raining outside. How you doing today, Mr. Mayor?
I'm doing great. You know, even though we have all-weather hair, it was lightning outside, and we did not want to get in the golf cart with lightning popping all over the place. How's everybody?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, good morning, summer. We have blue skies this morning. I see some blue skies, but we ain't going to test it. I heard some thunder. We saw some lightning.
Whew.
We ain't going to test it, but we did miss last month's Cruising with the Mayor. Just life, life took over, right? We not only are we, serving within town from an elected standpoint, from a staff standpoint, but we also have personal lives, and personal lives take us away, whether that's something like vacation or just other family emergencies. But
yeah,
we're here, and by the time Mayor and I were able to come together and do a video, it was like, all right, we're already close enough to the July meeting. We might as well wait.
That's right. So we apologize, but yeah, I got to go cross country with my son. Drop him off at the Air Force Academy, where he's going through basic training right now.
That's amazing.
So that was like a 10-day trip. That's the longest trip I've taken away from Summerville since, man, like forever.
Really?
I can't even remember that. Yeah.
Really? And Summerville missed you?
No. Things actually got better when I was gone.
That's funny. No, that's cool. How long was that drive?
So it was 26 hours if we went straight, but we went a roundabout way, spent some time in the Great Smoky Mountains, went through Missouri, visit some friends, and we were going to go to Mount Rushmore, but the storms were really bad going through South Dakota. So we said, you know what? We'll just drive through Kansas, where we got slammed with a supercell. It was nuts, we survived. We're very happy to be back in Summerville, though.
Wow. Well, we're glad you're back. We're glad you're back safe. But here we are, July. It's hot. It is so hot. But we had our meeting last night. So let's go ahead and dig into the meeting. First and foremost, we had our employee spotlight, which was actually all the firefighters under Captain Lobo. Do you want to speak a little bit on that?
It was really great. Captain Lobo and 3 of his firefighters were recognized last night. Of course, they do exceptional every single day at work, but they had a situation where an elderly person was actually saved from a burning building, and those guys went in, praise the Lord, they made it out safely, but they also made sure there was no loss of life. So it's just, I'm so grateful for the men and women who serve in our public safety positions, whether it's police or fire. But these firefighters really demonstrated that they are excellent at their craft. They take their job very seriously, and they save lives each and every day. And we got to honor them, and I was so thankful for that.
Absolutely. So to our public safety officials, especially the firefighters recognized last night, thank you for everything that you do for our community and keeping us safe. Without you, we wouldn't have a safe community. No. So shout out to y'all. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Also, it's Parks and Rec Appreciation Month.
Yes.
So shout out to our Parks and Rec team. You guys are absolutely awesome. You have anything to say on that?
No, they are. They handle so many things within town. But one of the neat things was we just had July 4th, and they set up what I would call the greatest celebration that Summerville has ever seen. Biggest fireworks display. There was over 10,000 people out there.
It was amazing. Food
trucks and everything was set up out at Gahagan Park, all to celebrate the 250th birthday of this great nation that we love. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So it was great to recognize them on the heels of a very successful celebration where we honored our country's founding.
I love that. So shout out to our Parks and Rec department. They put on so many events every year. It's some new, some old, and they just are some of the hardest working individuals I have ever seen. I mean, sometimes it's just one Parks and Rec staff member running a whole event by themselves. And we appreciate you because we understand the work that goes into that. Let's dig into the meeting a little bit. So I would say, there's a few topics discussed, but 2 big ones. One was a noise ordinance that was voted on, and then also the outdoor district.
Yes.
Let's start with the outdoor district, entertainment district.
Yes.
That was postponed for the second time.
Yes.
The first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, the first time was just really honestly due because we didn't have all of council sitting
That's
at
correct.
the meeting.
Yeah.
And then last night was because we feel, or council feels, that there needs to be more input from businesses and community before a decision can be made. Is that correct?
That is correct. As a matter of fact, since when we passed first reading, there's been a lot of discussion, both positive and some concerns expressed through community members and business members. So the postponement last month was because we were missing 2 council members. Shout out to one of our council members who was gone, Richard Waring, former fire chief, who was inducted into the National State Hall of Fame. Firefighters Association Hall of Fame.
Absolutely
which is outstanding. So very proud of him. That's why he missed. But we had 2 missing members, so we wanted to go make sure that they were involved in the discussion before second and final reading was had. And then there was a meeting with business leaders, the Chamber of Commerce, Somerville Dream, to discuss the ordinance. And there were some notes that were provided through Somerville Dream that they would like to vet through the business community. These notes had recommendations for maybe modifying the time, limiting the days of the week, and other guardrails with trash and signage and all of these things. And if we're going to implement something new, we want to take our time, make sure we do it right, make sure we incorporate all the feedback we have, and get started on the right foot. So council, what I would call very prudently, said, hey, we're going to delay it another month, make sure we get our ducks in a row, make sure we hear from everybody. So if you have feedback, send it in. But we're really excited for what this can do for the health and vibrancy of our business community, and just giving our citizens an opportunity to enjoy our parks and public spaces through the community.
Absolutely. And I mean, just pushing it back and make sure it's right. I don't think there's anything wrong with that,
No.
And getting more feedback. And like we always talk about on here, right? Speak up.
Yes.
All right. We have the elected officials in place. We have the staff in place. We have the people in place that want to listen to you. And so if you have a concern, or you have an opinion, or you have a kudos, if it's someone you've seen working in our streets department and they did something really awesome or really nice, we like the kudos too. We'd like the kudos as well. But that said, we do have the noise ordinance last night as well. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Outside of traffic, I hear a lot about noise, and one of our council members helped work on some edits that were reviewed by the Public Safety Committee, reviewed by Chief Wright and his team. And we believe what we passed last night was a common sense ordinance to allow our police officers to enforce what a reasonable person would consider for noise regulation. And I feel really good about that. Part of the quality of life of Somerville and peaceful charm of Somerville is being able to have a conversation while you're in Hutchinson Square without being interrupted by unusual noise. And this will actually give our police officers a way to enforce that. So I'm very proud with what was done, and I thank Councilwoman Johnson for putting together some of those recommendations.
Absolutely. And speaking about last night, is there anything else you want to share for the sake of
the only other item that was really discussed last night that I think had some public interest is we had a discussion about taking over the ownership of West Richardson Avenue.
That's right.
In our previous council meeting, the June council meeting. What occurred when we did that was SCDOT required us to take additional roads that were kind of severed from their right-of-way connectivity, with Richardson being gone. Council last night voted to deny DOT's request to take those roads on. We did have a discussion, though, around safety. What led to us wanting to take Richardson Avenue over as a council was that several of our community members were concerned about safety And as we approached SCDOT, they have declined our recommendations for safety improvements along that corridor. Council, I believe, resolved last night that on the Public Safety Committee next month, there's going to be some of these safety topics being brought up, and we are going to work with our staff to escalate this, I believe, to SCDOT's highest level.
Yeah.
And if we need to, and this is not something we want to do, but we're going to engage our legislative delegation. We have a great legislative delegation. We don't want to bother them until we've gotten a final answer from SCDOT. So we're going to work on that. But that's what's coming up because, hey, when our citizens could give us concerns, we work on them.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little bit longer of an effort than some may want, but we're going to do it right and we're going to work hard.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it. I think it was a shorter meeting, but it was necessary, and there were some good topics. But it's always nice when a meeting's about 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. I think yeah, we'll take it here and there.
I was glad it was a shorter meeting because my daughter is actually in town from school. She's home
awesome.
for a portion of the summer, and she decided she wanted to listen to the meeting in person yesterday. So having a shorter meeting was really nice for them. We got to enjoy supper together.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So sweet. Well, we're glad she's back in town, and I hope you all have a good time while she's here in town as well.
We sure will.
That said, Mr. Mayor, as we go into July, again, I just want to take this as an opportunity to stay cool. Okay. It's very hot out. Stay cool. Don't spend too much time outside. If you are, make sure you have the things necessary, whether that's a fan. Definitely drink a ton of water, more than you think you should drink, okay? Drink your water. Just water. Don't drink anything else. I'm just kidding. But no, please stay hydrated because it is going to be hot. It's going to continue to be hot for, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? It looks like it's going to be hot for a while.
It's going to be hot till Thanksgiving.
Right. But that said, thank you guys so much. Again, we apologize for missing last month. That's the first one we ever missed.
Yeah.
So that's how you know. Listen, calendars were just not working out, but we do our best. But thank you guys again. And until next month, we'll see y'all.
See y'all soon.